So there's this one situation that I want to talk about. It's about this football player named Odell Beckham. So I've been hearing like quite a few things about what was going on with him, and me personally, I'm not really a big sports person. I'm not really a sports fan. I don't really watch sports like that. But there were a couple games that I did watch him play, and I have noticed that he has a very, very bad temper, and he tends to respond to a lot of negative things that people say about him. My whole opinion about all this is that I feel like he needs to learn how to control his temper better, because I feel like if you're going to be playing in a league like that, and if you're going to be doing professional football, you need to always be professional at all times. Although I can understand it is kind of hard to ignore some of the things that people do say, because there are some people that will try to get underneath, your skin and all that type of stuff. But my whole thing about all this is that there's been a lot of speculation going around. Like, a lot of people, they said that people were using a lot of gay slurs like against him and all that other stuff, and it says that a lot of the other football players were using those slurs toward him constantly. So my only thing about that is, okay, is there something that they know about him? I mean, out of all words to use and out of all things to call somebody, why are they constantly using only that against him? And that's the thing that I'm a little confused about. So, I'm not sure what gay slur it is, but I'm pretty sure if I could, if I was to really think hard about it, I'm pretty sure I could assume what one of those words are. It's the famous F word that everyone hates. you know. Um, but what surprises me is the fact that is how he responds to these things. It's like every time someone uses that word towards him, he tends to get very upset and very angry, and in my opinion, I feel like regardless if he's gay or not, I don't really think it should make a difference. But when you're playing in football, then it's always going to be people out there that is going to be negative about it. And especially when you are in the locker room with people. But honestly, I feel like it is a bunch of ignorance, and I feel that his sexuality shouldn't matter. I feel like the talent should matter, but people don't want it to be about the talent. People do not want to focus on the talent. They don't want it to be about that. They just want to circulate all this just around someone's sexuality. And to me, that's where I feel like a lot of fans are a bunch of hypocrites, and they tend to contradict themselves. Because if people hadn't have even known, like half of these athletes that are coming out of the closet, I feel like if half of these people didn't even know that half of these athletes were gay, then they would have been basically praising them on, and they would have been, treating them like any regular everyday person. But then when they find out about their sexuality, they act like an entire force of an alien attack took over the earth or something, and they act like their house is gonna be burglarized into, and they feel like their whole entire life is ruined, and they feel like their kids' life is gonna get ruined, and they basically take it to an extreme that doesn't really need to be taken there. So I feel like regardless if he's gay or not, I don't really think that it should matter. I think it should only be about football. But society won't let it be that way because they're too ignorant to see past their own two nose. And that's just how I feel about the situation. And furthermore, what I'm trying to figure out is why, like, I watched this one video where someone walked out on a football field with a baseball bat. First of all, who in their right mind walks out onto a football field with a baseball bat? Who does that? Who in their right mind does that? Like, who does that? I'm not understanding like why someone would do that. It's not making any sense to me. Cause when I heard about all this, all I heard was about the gay slurs and people threatening with a baseball bat. Okay, I can understand his temper being bad, and him, you know, always having to have a fight with somebody, and I feel in a way that falls on him. That halfway falls on him because if he was really, really, truly, how can I say this? If he was honestly and truly comfortable with who he was as a person, he wouldn't let what people say bother him. That's how I feel about it. But at the same time, the people that are calling him these names, they're just as ignorant because it's like they're almost trying to antagonize him. So those people calling him those gay slurs, they're just as ignorant saying those things towards him. So I just feel like I'm just hoping that he's going to be able to control that. But right now, it's not looking too good for him, and I'm not quite sure if he got suspended or not, or if he's still playing. Because, like I said, I don't really watch sports like that. But I'm not quite sure. But I want you guys to comment on the video. Tell me what you think about all this. I want to know everyone else's opinions because honestly, I feel like part of the blame falls on Odell because he should control himself, but I feel that most of the blame falls on society. And because of and the reason I say society is because people are trying to antagonize this man. So I feel the blame falls on both. That's just my own opinion about that. And honestly, even if these people weren't saying these types of things to him, I still feel like his temper would still be as bad because it's almost like if something doesn't go his way, he'll just automatically get mad and get upset, and it's like that just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense. Like he's got a bad temper and he needs to get that together, all the way together.